So here's the results of changing my light bulb low beam on a 2019 Kia Forte. Pretty fun, huh? And welcome to the Please Subscribe show. Very, very vloggy. And look at Kitty. Look at Kitty. Kitty is looking outside for his lover because he has become a house cat. We made him into a house cat. And his lover leaves him mice. On the sidewalk, not too far from here. And he can hear the lover at night. He looks out the window, awaiting his beloved. Linda's reviewing a resume. All right, so since I tell you all my plans, once I do finish up Grace, I guess this is my second year of working on it, and really I'm doing a few pages a day on rewrites, but when I feel like it's worthy of printing, I am going to print it, and I'm going to send it to who I want to play the Gothic vloggers in the opening scene. So we'll have to see, and you know I'm talking about Grim Life Collective. So I'll send it to them, and then hopefully they'll pass it around or whatever. And then, because I learned about Indiegogo kind of from them. Actually learned it from another Dallas actor, Daniel. But once I finish it up and I feel it's worthy of printing, because I gotta get rid of all those spelling errors, or at least get it halfway decent. And once it's good to go, then of course you'll know about it. And I'm thinking about even vlogging some of the script, which I've already have. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. I got ideas. January 25, 2023. Some of this delivery goes out to good old David Lynch, and we're sad that we can't see your vlog anymore. It's been since December 16th, 2022, or as he says, December 16, 2022. So we're hoping and praying that you're certainly okay. We know you went on a vacation on the fun work train, which is still rolling, as I say. And I'm going to head over to Jack in the Box, get a couple tacos, turn everything on. Oh, one more note. I didn't get the Round Rock position as a teacher, the one out in Austin. If I did get it, I'd had trouble because I'd only be staying in Austin 4 days out of the year, or actually not 4 days out of the year, 5 days out of the week. So they called me earlier and they said no, they're looking for someone else. So I said, well, they said good luck to you, and I said good luck to you, and that was the end of that phone call. I'm glad because it would have put me in a tight bin. Oh, there's a helicopter right there. It's an old school helicopter. It landed right there. Anyway, if I would have gotten it, I would have had to get like a membership to Anytime Fitness and done the Chrome thing. If you ever watch the Canadian vloggers. But I only would have to do that like really Monday through Friday. And then I would come back Friday night on the weekends to Fort Worth. So unfortunately, I didn't turn it down. I certainly would have accepted it. But it just wasn't the thing, you know. Plus it was middle schoolers, and they're full of hormones, those middle schoolers. Anyway, I'll keep you in touch with as much as I can. I don't reveal everything, you know. I'm not that, you know, vloggy. But I try to give you probably a lot. So hopefully, you know, people can look back at this and go, wow, this nut taught me a whole lot. Or whatever, you know, whatever they say. I'm chewing on a Hall's defense. All right. Anyway, I do recommend to go see, or if you can immediately, turn it on immediately, Slow Horses. Gary Oldman's in it, and it's some other actors, some other Brit actors, some new fantastic actors. They're lots of fun, especially the first episode. But listen, I'm gonna tell you a secret about this Apple TV. All the first episodes are gonna be the best because they release. I'm chewing on something. They release those episodes to get you hooked, so that you'll, you know, subscribe to Apple TV. I have no problem with Apple TV. My sister told me all about it a long time ago. I've always wondered about Apple TV. I don't watch a lot of Apple TV. I'm mostly a YouTuber, so I do the YouTube thing. But they really do put on a good show. And I'm a big Gary Oldman fan, so I highly recommend Slow Horses. And it's kind of James Bond-ish, you know, if you know what James Bond is about. Because it deals with the military intelligence of Britain, known as MI5. I'm learning a little bit about them. And also another thing, I recommend another thing too. For all actors, all writers, desperately do this. Do it immediately. There is a interview with Gary Oldman on BIFI that was released promoting Slow Horses. Great little segment on there about Kneel by Mouth. Brilliant. I did not know Gary Oldman wrote Kneel by Mouth. I knew he directed it. I'm blown away. Because that film is amazing writing. I thought maybe he had a crew of people writing on it. Supposedly it was written by him. So if he does accept Gerald Oldman III, the werewolf hunter, also a historian, teacher, and ex-minister too, the character, I would definitely want to talk to him about writing, because Kneel by Mouth is brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's right up there with Mammoth stuff. It's right up there with, Tennessee Williams. it's beyond that. It's almost documentary. And also another thing I learned, I know I'm teaching a lot, Gary Oldman's sister, his sister is in the movie. Did not know this. It's hard to believe. His sister was actually in the movie. Blew me away. I was like, wow. Because she's about as good as an actor as he is, if not better. You know, the Walmart commercial. They're amazing. And one thing they talked about in Kneel by Mouth is how he has this command of language. What they mean is dialogue. It is true, the way that people talk. I don't know how he did that, and that's what I want to ask. I want to ask him, what was your technique or your style when you approached the writing? What did you do? Did you record people? What it is? And what I know from his interview, from listening to his interview, Gary Oldman was talking, and he was, he's being interviewed, and he said that he took snapshots of people, literally snapshots. There's my Band-Aid right there, and these snapshots became part of his writing. They're like moments that he just remembered someone doing something, and it's stuck in his brain. So that's how he went about the dialogue. That's pretty impressive. And when you get to genius, you get to Gary Oldman. Because Beethoven alone just even approached that role. Pure genius, too. You know, Beethoven. The thing about Gary Oldman, I just want to say, because when I was in Hollywood, there was critics of him. Just like we weren't supposed to do things like Jim Carrey, and we weren't really supposed to emulate Gary Oldman. The acting teachers there sometimes expressed that sometimes he felt like he didn't know where to go. But I think that's what makes him brilliant, because he went to the emotion. You know, the emotion was, and especially in the professional, it was a very emotional kind of decision. You know, emotional decisions. And as the method goes, and we don't give clues out, we don't really even understand it. Look, method actors don't really understand it. But I think there's a photo of Strasberg going like this. He's pointing. And what he's saying when he's pointing at his forehead is, it's about the thoughts. It's about the psychophysical involvement, you could say. And I like what he said about Meisner, what Gary Oldman was saying about Meisner, about how it's living truthfully under imaginary circumstances. But I think what Strasberg was trying to discuss is maybe that the actor is thinking at times, because the character thinks, right? We all think. And if you were to do something, it would be connected to that thought. Let the thoughts be the action, and the action be the thought. It goes with Shakespeare's, let the word suit the action, and the action suit the word, right? They're more language-based, and it's in their work. And I think there's many American actors, especially Brando, because Gary Oldman's not Brando. I'll say that to him right to his face. So you're good, but you're not Brando. But what I mean by that is, let's just put it this way. Gary Oldman's a genius. Brando taught him how to be a genius. There's a shot of Fort Worth right there. They know American actors are better. Everybody knows that. I've known it since James Dean, since Brando and everything. But I do appreciate the style and the emotion, especially the style. And I am a fan of Oldman. I'm a fan of all the Brit pack. And not even that, I'm a fan of Anthony Hopkins. I'm a big fan of Sir Ian McKellen. I even got to meet him. He's a great guy. I'm a big fan of all those guys, you know? They're great. But I think there is a difference between American acting and British acting. But I think they can learn from each other, definitely. And they should work together all the time, as much as they possibly can. They should definitely work together. I just made the wrong turn there. I'm going to have to turn around this way. I think the difference is in what it needs to be. There needs to be a difference between the two. For one thing, we're revolutionary, and a lot of times they're dictators. But they'll learn to loosen up. All right, I don't want to talk your ear off about British actors. But anyway, I am serious about Grace. So, and, you know, one last thing I want to say is that I am appreciative of Harmy Korine, you know, because he was part of the Beautiful Loser movement and created some great work. So I'm not commenting or criticizing anybody, even though sometimes people do. I think we should be open-minded, you know, about everything. And I think all work is genius to every level. I really do believe that. It really is. I really do believe that. I think all work is genius. Any type of effort is genius. I've worked with so many different types of people. People that were geniuses. They could look at a script one time and have it all memorized. Nearly, you know. It's photographic memory kind of thing. And I've worked with... I've seen people work that are just a beyond genius. Like, for example, Adam the Woo. I mean, a complete genius. Underrated genius, too. Yet, you know, he does it a different way. But he's a teacher as well. You know, we can teach by the things that we attempt to do. That's why all work is genius. And I don't like when people say, oh, well, this song is wonderful because we still sing London Bridge is Falling Down. You know, London Bridge is Falling Down. It's a song that we don't forget, but it was not written by Beethoven, I don't think. And not everyone can remember all his damn symphonies. So you got to realize all levels of work, all levels of art are genius. At least to me. That's the way I quote it. Just 2 tacos. So as we explore the globe, we know this Jack in a Box charges $1.72 for tacos, as opposed to the other ones that charge like $1.40 or $1.50 or $1.60. This one's $1.72. So you should just kind of put it down in your head. Oh, that Jack in a Box is called $1.72 because that's how much they charge for the 2 tacos. That Jack in a Box, we call it $1.62 over there. Or the other Jack in a Box down the road is $1.52. One time I found one over not too far from Heritage Parkway, and I believe they were $1.20 or something like that. We asked them, like, why are the 2 tacos so cheap here? I don't know. So they didn't give an answer. $1.72. All right, our first stop, Torchy's, with the theme of hell. That's what the theme is in there, hell. The theme of hell. We got that one quick. Swift as Robin Goodfellow. Right here. Yes, indeed. It's like, whoa. Nearly came in. It's casual dining, but it's like fast food. Did you know? I got a message. An asteroid belt lies between the orbit of the planet Mars and Jupiter in our solar system. Can you find your way through the asteroid maze?